May 15th or May 14th, critical condition high-risk situation, escalating seriously, massive, and I mean absolute massive amounts of my ability to fall in love or feel any intimacy being pulled out. They've internalised the power of my own life, they're relativising sorry or replicating an apology saying sorry into the power of my own life. They're stripping out massive amounts of me to fall in love, have any sex power, any kind of power over sex power over women, any sexual gratification or intimate prowess, any kind of feelings of romance or sexual intimacy or finding any way to any kind of romance. They stripped every single bit of that in the power of my own life, committing crime against me, saying sorry into the power of my own life while inflicting crippling, high-risk degrading and sexual humiliation. They're pulling every single bit of my power of my own life out, and whilst they're doing it, they're internalising it, which is furthering the institutionalisation process. I can feel my jaw behind me speaking now being completely wired shut, and it's costing me every day of my life. This is what they're not wanting to do justice for. They're saying they don't want to take any recognition for the amount of control or amount of power they've internalised to stop me getting a life, so they shouldn't be doing it. The fact is, I now know I've just got sat in my tent and I won't get up for the rest of the night. I'll lose one day like I've for the last 10 years, 12 years, because they've internalised my power over my own life, so I can't get up and get anything done or achieve anything or get power in society whatsoever because they've internalised it. I haven't got any physical capability to do anything because they physically restrain me from doing anything. Problems still persist, so they're stripping out big portions of my life like intimacy and ability to fall in love or sex drive or sex power over women, internalising it into an institutional self with everything else, and it's furthering the institutionalisation process. I'm sat here now feeling so weak, it's unbelievable. They've pulled all the power out of my own life. I've got no feelings of needing, no lust for women, no feelings of sexual intimacy, no feelings of sex drives. They've stripped every single bit of my power out. So for me, my jaw's getting wired shut. They've made a job whereby I'm institutionalised, and they spend every day bombarding me with internal transgressions, pulling my power out, costing me every day of my life, with the sole end objective of institutionalising somebody. So they institutionalised me in the beginning, leaving me in a controlled, possessed state, and made a job whereby they spend every day committing crime against me, worsening the process for the final objective of being completely overwhelmed or institutionalised, costing me every day of my life. I've now lost the best years of my life, and said they've potentially cost me sexual relations with over 50 women, and they're still doing it now. I've claimed they've cost me sexual relations with over 50 women, internalising my sex drives and internalising my power over my own life, and they're just doing it. It's getting even worse. Today they've controlled, or a situation's happened where a random girl that I was speaking to 10 years ago has walked past me. They've stripped out every single bit of my sex power, relativising sorry, killing my power, saying sorry into my own drives, because they stopped me having sex or having any relations with her and used in a controlled state to have sex with other males. So what I'm saying is they're putting my power into women or into relationships, stopping me from progressing or having any sexual relations or intimacy, and killing my power. So they're essentially getting involved or preventing me from getting power. That's what they're saying their job is. So they're in an institutional self, making that, relativising me being intimate with women, speaking to them, and then killing my power, stopping me from getting any sexual relations or intimacy out of them. So I've been in situations where I've been dating women, speaking with women, potentially meeting women and stuff, and I can't get anywhere, and we don't ever get to develop into intimate or sexual relations because the system kills my power, and the female goes and sleeps with somebody else because they've made it so other males are entitled to my sex power. And one of the females has walked past me earlier, one that I liked as a youngster at 18. She's walked past me, they've used her in a control state so to sleep with everybody I know, family and every single one of my friends, because they've made it in my institutional self where apparently everybody's entitled to my power or entitled to my rights, costing me every day of my life. So I've said they've cost me sexual relations with over 50 women, and they're still stripping my sex power right now. They're still, as it stands now today, I'm sat here unable to get up or do anything because they're committing crime, saying sorry or inflicting crippling, humiliation and degrading against my power, saying sorry into their power, stripping it out. So a problem getting worse. All I can say is they've cost me sexual relations with a lot of women. I'm going to claim about potentially 50 or more. But if it's not that and they want to bring it into doubt, the fact is they've cost me sexual relations with a lot of women. It could be more than that. For the amount of life they've pulled out now, it's unknown how much of my life they've cost me, because behind this I've lost an entire life. So still more and more of my sex drives or sex prowess getting pulled out with officers committing crimes saying sorry, replicating an horrific, and I mean barbaric, apology. They've internalised the power of my own life into sorry that inflicts crippling, humiliation, degrading. So 3,000 times a day they're saying sorry into the power of my own life, and my life never changes because it's solely being stripped out into an apology. So my life never changes. So your life changes in interactions in your day-to-day life thousands of times a day. My life never changes outside of a humiliating an apology by detective constables afflicting crippling humiliation saying sorry thousands of times a day. So my power never changes in society. My life never changes because I live, or my life's encapsulated into a crippling apology saying sorry into my sex power thousands of times a day. So all I can say is they've created their own punch bag and at my life's expense. They've manipulated an institutional self to create their own personalised punch bag at my expense. They've cost me my life to make their own personalised punch bag that will more than likely be in conjunction with their own deficits, their own personal problems and their own genetic flaws. So they've cost me my life or sacrificed my life to internalise the power of my drives or my actual power to get a life or sex prowess, so they can inflict crippling, humiliation and degrading, saying sorry into their power thousands of times a day. My life never changes. So today, like every other day, my life never changed because my drive to get up and do things or achieve anything's been encapsulated into officers afflicting crippling, degrading, or some of the most horrific, just saying sorry. My power never changes outside of detective constables committing crime, humiliating and degrading me, saying sorry thousands of times a day. So my life never changes outside of being used as a punch bag while stripping my life out. Internal breaking sessions continues, critical condition still being used as a punch bag with the power of my own life encapsulated, detective constables saying sorry while afflicting barbaric and outdated humiliation and degrading into my sex power or ability to get all my drives in society. Critical condition problem still continues, apologising internally, horrific torture.